Alrighty guys, here we are back with another single player episode. Last time we were playing, we had just cut up a bunch of this wood and loaded it on the truck, so as I promised, we're going to take the rest of this stuff to the mill and get rid of it. And today I think today I'm going to try it on this load. I have the Laterno kind of half-ass working, so I'm thinking we're going to try that out today. It actually works a lot better than the old one used to, but I don't know, I haven't really fully tested it on big loads yet, so we're going to use this video to test it at the same time as actually use it. It should be fun. And granted, I do like my crane loader. Oh, where the hell did I go? This isn't where I was supposed to go. And on your left, you'll see the new park. Totally supposed to be here. Yeah. Alright. See, now if I was paying attention to the map, I would have known where I was going. I need to go down and out here. There we go. But yeah, should be fun. The new Laterno looks a lot better than the old one too. It's not made up of little parts. I had a modeler build the actual model for it. It's not like 100% perfect, but it's a hell of a lot better looking than the old one used to anyway. Because the old Laterno, as many know, was made up of all kinds of frickin' little parts and pieces from different things. So this one looks a lot prettier. Should do some roadside clearing, go through, get rid of some of these trees too on the sides. Call it the road widening project. Could be fun. Alright, so I found the best place to unload for the mill for the Laterno is kind of right along here. I might have to rebuild a mill to accommodate the Laterno better, but we're just gonna park it right about here without selling all the wood. Alright, so, oops, we're going to have to move this crane loader because it's going to be in the way now. And hopefully our load will go well, because I haven't really done full loads with the Laterno for testing yet, so we'll just park this guy here for now. So, the Laterno, let's see if we can find her here. Oh, is it? Oh no, it is, there it is. So this is the new Laterno. Beautiful machine. As you can see, it looks a lot better than the other one used to. The cab's still a little weirdly dark. I'm not sure if that was just IO texturing. That's the only thing I don't really like about it. But other than that, the rest of it looks pretty darn good, and it works pretty darn good from the little testing that I did have. Now, the one thing that's different about this Laterno that, again, people might not like is it's the tires turn again on the back, as opposed to the whole body being turned by what's supposed to be this spindle in the middle supposed to turn it. But it's so much smoother without that stupid spinning, like, center torso pivot thing. The interior isn't, there's nothing in here yet, it's all just empty, but I'm working on getting some better looking interior, or at least some kind of a seat and other things. Oops. Let's not run into that. Oops. Jeez. The turning radius on this thing is like a boat, so you have to be gentle. But there was a reason I made the turning radius so short, is because when you're unloading trucks and all that fun stuff, you have to have it turn very slowly, because if you have it turn like, 90 degrees left and right, it will glitch right out. And you got this camera inside here, inside the boom, so you can kind of see where you are for loading and unloading. And I think we could do it right about here. It's definitely a lot easier to line this guy up compared to the old Laterno, because the old Laterno slid around so much. A, because of the weight, B, because of the pivot point. So with these tires on the back that turn, it makes it a lot easier to navigate. And I don't think I'm good enough to do it from that view yet, because I haven't had any practice. And we'll make sure this is nice and straight. Just go in there nice and gentle. And then you can get an outside view, kind of see what you're doing. And the forks are pretty well through, so you can just close up on those. And then slowly lift. And hopefully it's weighted good enough that it's not going to all fall off the truck. Of course, there's no promise on that because it is a random load. And I made it so it just kind of goes above the stakes like a real Laterno. Whoa. I think we're going to have a little too much weight. Like I said, this is the beta test. I've never done a full load with it yet, so... Alright, let's just pull the truck out of there. How about that? Should be able to get her out of there. Just enough. So what we'll do is we'll put a little more weight on probably the back end of this thing. I forgot that the new logs aren't on here yet. I've also went and edited the logs, but they haven't done it on this yet, so I might not have to do anything to it. Uh-oh, uh-oh. That's awesome. Alright, let's see if we put it onto the ground, if it'll help me balance out a little more here. There we go. What I want to do is just raise it up enough to get over that bunk, and then we'll be good. Go, go, Buffalo! Come on! You can do it! Hey, you know what? Not too bad. At least you guys can see what in practice, what the theory is for it, for sure, hey? Oops. Let's try to pick up these extras if I can get them here. Come on. Nibble, nibble, nibble. Just trying to see if I can pick these little guys off the ground here. Oh, there you go. But it lifts really well. With the new trees that you'll see here soon, there'll be V3 maps. I found some new tree physics yet again. I keep dinking around with those, and there. I just want them to slide off. There we go. I have to put some kickers on this thing too to push the logs off. So work in progress, but we're getting there. At least we can say we unloaded it anyhow, hey? And I want to do a little more detail around the cab. I don't know. The cab just kind of looks really. We'll see what happens. I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, that's the Laterno. Pretty wild machine. Except be neat to try out some shorts. So maybe that's what we'll do today, is we'll cut up some shorts. So I'm gonna do this. Drop this guy right here. We're gonna grab our short log trailer and bring her back out to the bush. And then we can start processing some short logs. Oh, fun. And like I said, that buck saw loader thing is now underway. I have officially sent off the money and the job plans to the modeler there, and it's getting built as we speak. So that's going to be fun to try to throw all that together, and it's going to be a challenge, but I think it'll be fun. Like I said, now that I got that ability to put the saw inside the machine, I think that's going to make a huge difference, because now I don't have to attach the saw, right? That was always the big reason keeping me from making a buck saw or any kind of, you know, trimming device like that, was that you had to try to find a way to attach the friggin' blade on a static object, and oh my god, that was just a nightmare. We don't want to go to 2. I don't know why I always go this way. I need to put like kilometer signs or something so I know what the hell I'm going. Kilometer signs, now there's an idea. I wonder if I could do that to this map still. Well, this map isn't exactly done yet, so I still got things I want to do to it. Lots of ideas yet. And we should be coming up on our site here, I think. Oops, as I look at the map on the other screen. There we go. Alright, we're home. So we're just gonna leave this guy parked right here for now. We're gonna grab Mr. Processor and chop up some more trees here. Really liking that skidder. It's working like a charm. Who knows, that might even be released by the time this video comes out. Who knows? Maybe it won't be. I don't know. Timelines are tricky, man. Timelines are tricky. Alright, here we go. Begin our quest for fire here. And we don't want to do longs, we want to do shorts now. I don't want to keep that. Alright, let me just get in my comfortable processor seating position here. And get our light on. There we go. Now we can see what the world has to offer us. It's too easy. They're all processed already here. I'm trying to figure out if it's faster to just run out the log or to turn the machine on and off again for my second cut. So for instance, if I do this, where I cut the log once, then I turf the log, turn the machine head back on to go for my second one, I think that's actually faster. As opposed to running it once, shooting it, running it out. Yeah, I think we're gonna stick with the throwing technique. I gotta fix my triggers on this thing. I keep saying I'm gonna do that and I never do. Maybe I'll do that later today sometime. I got lots of modding and lots of things to do today, so it's gonna be fun. I've got almost 4 days off work, so it's gonna be a wild modding ride here, so it'll be good. And then in about a month, I'll have like 2 months off work. Then you guys are gonna see some serious modding going on for sure. Some stuff's gonna happen. Or I'll be a couch potato and do nothing. Only fate can decide now. Processing can be pretty monotonous, but I don't know, I don't really mind it. Probably said that a million times in videos, but it's true. I always hear guys excuse me, I always hear guys on forums complaining about it. My god, processing's so boring, there's no point. I don't know, I find it relaxing. You have OCD like me where you want to just, you know, keep everything nice and organized, and I don't know. It's quite fulfilling. See if we can get a hold of the logs. So yeah, the new trees coming should be better again. I keep going back and screwing around with the trees. That's why I haven't released this map yet, because this is all just in testing. Every time I play this map, I've changed the trees a little bit, but I'm actually finding some of the new settings on the trees, like the physics. I've edited a whole bunch of the characteristics of the physics, and I'm finding the lighter trees are actually working a lot better with the grapples. So I thought heavier was better, but maybe not. I'm thinking maybe not. We're gonna have to experiment with them a little more, though. I'm probably gonna do a lot of that later today. And then, like I said, I'll probably turn the maps into V3 maps, because the trees are just a little too heavy. They are. They cause issues. And the new trees actually settle a lot better and a lot faster, so hopefully that'll help performance as well. Get there. Get out of there. But we'll see. I don't know for sure if it's going to make a big difference, but we'll definitely give it a shot. And I'm trying to make the trees, I don't want to say bigger, but maybe slightly bigger, enough that they don't screw up the processor. But yeah, I don't know. I want to see if I can make the trees a little bit bigger, maybe just a tiny bit longer. Like, my ideal tree would be just this width right here, maybe a little bit wider than that width, but not by much, all the way through. And I would like to be able to get 2 cuts out of it where it's not a top. At least 2 cuts would be nice. Any longer than that and the trees become a little too glitchy in the bush, but I'd like to be able to do 2 full lengths like this without having it narrow down to crap-sized wood. But we'll see. Experimenting, right? Now's the time for experimenting. That's kind of why I just didn't really want to release this map right away. And a lot of people are like, "Why haven't you released it? You're done. You're playing on it right now." And I am playing on it, but I am also testing it. Every time I make one of these videos, this is pretty much a test because I've done something different to the map, whether you guys know it or not. And I'm trying to make like the most ideal logs that kind of suit every thing, every situation, so to speak, because it's tricky trying to get a good setup for logs. And unlike the past, I'm trying to not release things half-assed. Like I used to always release things very half-assedly. I'm trying to do less of that, but that means you guys aren't going to get mods as fast. That's the way it works. I remember always at the shop where I was taking my truck there, the guy had that sign up that said, I'm trying to remember exactly what it was, but it was like fast, cheap, or well done or something. He's like, you get to pick 2 but not 3 or something. Anyway, it was just saying if you want something done cheap, it's not going to be good. If you want something done fast, you know, it's not going to be good. And if you want it to be good and slow, it's going to be expensive. I thought that was pretty funny. But that's, you know, that goes for everything in life. If you guys want better quality mods, which everybody does, it takes time to get everything right. But I think there's a lot of impatient people out there who just want the mods right now, man. But you gotta remember, I'm not a company. I'm a single person, single guy doing all this work, man. I can't, I don't get paid on a deadline for getting this stuff done. I wish I did. Shit, if I could get enough supporters that like this, I could do this full time. I wouldn't even need a job. Then you guys would have every friggin' logging vehicle known to man. I could just do it 24 hours a day. I think it would get boring if it was a job. I find everything in my life that I turn into an actual, like, job, I just lose spirit in it and I don't want to do it anymore. Keep it a hobby, keep it fun, you know? Have to clean up these tops. They're starting to hit my frame rate here, I can tell. Didn't realize how many trees were here. Making quite the nasty little pile. So probably on the next video, I will have the next video, as I'm trying to speak while paying attention to the logs flying around, I will have the new tree physics, I think, on this map. So we'll see how that goes. It might go to shit or it might be perfect. I don't know. We're gonna find out. Just not leaving myself much of a tree there. I could almost made a whole cut length out of that piece right there, eh? So we can just slide these maybe over here. That would be helpful. The new trees will probably be able to slide around a lot better too, because it'll be a whole tons lighter than these. I just noticed that the lighter trees seem to be almost more realistic for the way they grab into the grapple. Like you can crush them a lot more. They're a lot more. There's a lot more chance of movement without them popping out of the grapple. So, for instance, what I was testing last night with the grapple loader, and I found that if you squeeze the light, like the really light logs when they're in a bunch, like even if like a cut to length pile like this one, you're able to like squish them together, kind of like real life, how you can kind of get some of the meat of the wood by squeezing into it a little bit more, without it like popping around in the grapple and being all jittery. So I think it'll give us some nice results, but we'll see. And then I'm also going to start working, maybe today, I don't know, we'll see how inspired I am. I'm going to try it again. I don't think it'll work, but I'm going to see if I can make a manual processor to run logs ahead and back. And it's not going to be a script this time. It's going to be something different. Unfortunately, though, I also want to screw around with the chainsaw to figure out if I can make something to delimb things. I got to figure out that script, because that's there's got to be a way to do it. So there's nothing in this game that delimbs other than the wood harvester, this thing, that script. But you have to make a cut first. You can't just delimb stuff. You have to actually like cut into it. And then the other thing is the chainsaw, which removes branches and makes cuts and stuff. So what I want to kind of do is steal the delimbing script part from the chainsaw, so then I can put it into other machines. If I can do that, then I could probably make things like a delimber. I could probably actually do it. So that's going to require a little bit of playing around, but if I can do it, that'd be sweet. I have faith that something will be possible out of that. I'd also like to make a stump grinder that cuts all the stumps a lot faster. That'd be nice. Get rid of some of the extra crap laying around. But I don't think the stumps honestly cause performance loss, because they're just sitting out there statically. You know, like they're not even doing anything. So I'm kind of thinking it's not those that's causing problems. How much time did we waste on that? Not waste. We didn't waste any time, actually. Be a good picture. Our messy pile. There we go. Thumbnail. Boom, yeah. Gotta have those for YouTube. That's what draws the subscribers in. Alright, let's, I do have a chipper, don't I? Wait, where's my little chipper? On the other side of this big Bruno here. There we go. Oops. First day driving here. Here we go. Ah, yeah, eat it up. Now you could probably turn all that into chips, but I'm so not a chip guy. This is all the mess left over from when we cut those, the grapple saw stuff, I think. There we go. Cleaned up. Back to good performance times. We still have some time in the video, so maybe what I'll do is I will hop on the buncha and cut some more. See, like all those trees, and that's all we got out of it. That's not acceptable. I gotta make some taller trees. Gotta make them taller and stronger and better. So somewhere along the line, this map might switch, or I might reset it again, and we'll log somewhere else. We'll see how it goes. That might be today. So in the odd event, how about we take that last load of stuff to the mill? How about that? We'll throw this on the bunks and get her out of there. I'm thinking almost of switching that long logger back to a two-bunk machine again instead of three. Because you know what, I generally only get 2 bunks worth. I hardly ever do actually get 3. And if I do get 3 bunks, the performance is so shitty because of having so many trees on a truck. So I might drop this guy, make it short, and take out that first bunk, or maybe that middle bunk, and then just make it one. There's all these things that I don't know, I think about, and I wonder if I want to do them, and might just happen, you never know. And probably just load her from there. And we'll steal Mr. Loda. Hey, look at this body, this just kind of went wacky here, like I don't know, the textures went wrong or something there. I don't know, I might revisit that again. Alright, here we go again. Round 27. Okay. It's gonna be kind of wacky loading, but I think we'll be okay. Little bite. I also kind of want to make the stakes smaller for some reason. The whole trailer just sits a little too high for most of the loaders. Just a little bit. So we might go revisit that. Bring it down just a tad. We'll see. I don't know. I haven't decided what I want to do. I'm very undecided on many things. As I'm sure you figured out while listening to me rant and rave on here. There we go. Oh. Alright. And we'll close her up here. Bloop. Oh. There we go. Oh, we get at least 2 bunks worth out of this pile of goodness here. Should be able to. We should try the Laterno on some short logs, so that would be something. That's gonna make one hell of a mess, I think. Maybe we'll stick to the crane loader. I don't know. Here, maybe we'll pull that truck up a little here. It's not really a full bunk, but you know, whatever, it's good enough. We don't need to load it right up. And by the time we get this thing to the mill and unload it, we should be good. And then the map's probably going to get reset again, but that's okay. You know, we made a really good cut line along the creek there. That was kind of fun. By resetting the map, it kind of gives us an experience to haul in a different place. And I think I know where I'm going to go next. I might go across that bridge up top there. That could be pretty wacky and wild up there. There we go. I'll tell you, with this new rotation acceleration on this head, it sure makes things a lot more, like, it kind of almost laggy on the head, which is, or not the head, but like the arm and the cab swing, which is good because it's a little more realistic. Especially if you run a real machine, you'll know what I'm talking about. Feels a little more real. Alright, so we got some kind of pissy ass bunks of wood here, nothing really exciting. Because we kind of loaded those close to that bull bar, hey? As long as it turns, I guess we're good. Squeeze between here. That's alright. They're kind of like right into the bull bar, but that's alright. I don't know if I'm going to try the Laterno on these or not. I think if I do the Laterno, it's going to make one hell of a mess. Honestly, that's what I think. But we'll see here. We'll see. Yeah, it should be good. Alright. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna run the crane loader and get this done, because if not, I'm gonna spill them all over the place and make a big mess, then I gotta clean it all up, and I just don't feel like doing that right now. So Letourneau is going to sit this one out. And the crane loader will be our champion. There we go. Alright, now we gotta walk this fat bugger all the way back up here. I definitely find it easier to unload with the crane loader than any other machine. But I really like the Letourneau, and it's fun to have a challenge, so. This one's great for shorts, this big nasty crane here too. There we go, there we go. Beauty. Stellar. Yeah, the crane's just smooth. Just makes everything go exactly how I want it. There we go. That's how we get rich or die trying. We'll just leave that open right here. Clunk. Because that's the sound it would make if this game had sound effects for that stuff. Alright. So, I think I'm going to call the video here. And maybe when I come back there'll be different trees. You just never know what's going to happen in the next video. The trees' physics will change. I'm really still working on trying to make them change their size and dimensions and stuff like that, but I'm having some tricky troubles with that. Like, I'm able to set the trees to make them taller and longer, but what happens is as soon as you cut it, it goes back to its original size, so something to do with the engine there I gotta play with. But yeah, I don't know, we'll try it and see what happens. See if we can make it bacon, so to speak. So yeah, alright guys, well, thanks for watching. Today we got a lot done. We processed a bunch of stuff, got rid of it, tested out the Letourneau, got to see some funky things, so next video we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time. See ya.